Before I say anything else, I just want to say thank you. Seriously, thank you. I know that 100 subscribers is not some great milestone. It's not worthy of an extravagant celebration. I think some people start on YouTube and immediately have more than 100 subscribers, but I'm not a YouTuber and I'm not an influencer. I'm just a regular person keeping a journal. And that journal is pretty poorly made, you know? And hopefully I'll get better at it. But here, first things first, take a look at this tree. So cool, right? Look at that thing. This is my backyard. This is my neighborhood. I have my cul-de-sac and then I cross the street and we're out in these trails out by the old dairy in Savannah, Georgia. And I got derailed by this beautiful old tree. But what I'm getting at is like, YouTube is a thing I do for fun. It's a pastime. And it's amazing what a little bit of attention and encouragement can do. And guys, you've given me that and you've motivated me and I'm in debt to you. Like seriously, I'm so grateful. Like you've filled my cup. And I love making these videos, but even if nobody watched, I'd still make them because like they're useful to me. Like I refer back to them and see like my thoughts and feelings. It's like a diary, you know? But you've given me another purpose, a new purpose for making them. And I appreciate that. And I just wanted to say that. I also promised something in the way of New Year's resolutions, which I think any adult whose brain and heart works will tell you that New Year's resolutions are dumb. Like they don't work, you're setting yourself up for failure, you're doomed. But also, it can be dumb and not harmful. Like maybe it's a fun concept, you know? And like, I'm gonna make this channel anyway. So I thought, what are my goals? You know, what do I hope to do? And more importantly, what are my squat goals, right? It's pretty clear that in the next year, I'd like to knock on the door of 3 bills, 300 pounds. I feel like that's a reasonable goal and a good one. Squat every day, my Ivan Jurek hoodie, you know? Can I build up to 3 bills? And I do feel like that's achievable. But what I want personally more than that, I'd love to be able to squat my body weight 20 times. So like from unrack to re-rack, 20 reps. Maybe rest with the bar on your back. But I just think like that's an ambitious goal for me. I know some of you are monsters and that's probably nothing to you. But for me, 20 reps, like I can get 5. I could probably get 6 on a good day. If I'm having a really good day, maybe 7 with my body weight. No, I can't. I couldn't. It's too much. So I'm asking the future. I'm making a deal with myself, almost like a prayer. Like, can I triple my rep volume in the squat in the next year? And I think that would be fun. And I think that would be a fun thing that we could do together. So that's the first part of my New Year's resolution. I have other fitness goals too, but I won't bore you with those. The other part, I'd like to start posting yoga content. Some of you know I'm a yoga teacher, or I was before COVID. And I'd like to start doing that again, and I'd like to use YouTube to do it. But I have a caveat to that. Like, the idea I've been kind of high on since one of you asked me to do it, or we're just going back and forth talking about it. It's like, how would I teach somebody yoga outside of a classroom? No money exchanging hands. And as though I actually give a shit about this person. And like, that sounds awful. And there are great studio yoga teachers that definitely give a shit about their students. But like, anyone watching this video would essentially be a stranger to me. And like, how would I teach a stranger that I care for yoga using just a video? And I have some ideas about how I'm going to do that. And I'd like to do it for a whole year. I'd like to have a video a week, every week, for a year devoted to yoga. And it will be less about like me listing asana, the postures, and then you doing them, and more about how can an individual organically accrue a yoga practice that they can sustain and that won't overly tax them, How can that be done? I'm planning, at least for the first month, that these will be practices no longer than 10 minutes. So if you have a movement practice outside of yoga, whatever it may be, whatever your sport may be, this is not to replace that. It is a supplement to it. And it will not be demanding at all. I know that is disappointing, and the part of us that wants to like, the only easy day was yesterday kind of mentality isn't going to find that overly enticing. But what I promise you, and I will promise this, is that if you follow the steps, it will work. And that yoga is unique among activities in that a very short practice every day, and I'm talking like 15 minutes, 15 minutes of work a day, and you could be a very good yogi in not that long. Really. I mean that seriously. Like, and I don't know many other things that are like that. I guess learning a foreign language can be like that, The buy-in is really low, and the sustaining costs are pretty low too. And I'd like to show you that, if you'll allow me to. I'm also going to add some yoga philosophy, yoga spirituality stuff. That's not my forte. Well, I don't know. Towards the end of my teaching, it kind of became that. But I do think it's important as context and as devotion. I don't mean devotion in like devotion to a god. I mean like devotion to your practice. It's sometimes useful to have a little more meat on those bones. And so those are my New Year's resolutions, the big ones. I'll flesh them out in my daily videos going forward. And yeah, again, thank you. Just thank you. Really. It's meant a lot to me, and it's been really fun. This was just a thing I did every day. I was kind of plagiarizing Ivan Jurek, and I didn't expect anything to come of it. And like now I have like new YouTube friends, and we talk about weightlifting every day, and it's awesome. Like, thank you. So that's it. This is Joe in Real Life supplemental video. We're in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning.